You ever just get a tone and it's so freaking heavy, it's so freaking thick and big, and it's just like... It just feels like Molinear in your hand. Like a 10-ton hammer, just bassy and big and huge, and it's that loud sound. It's a little bit of that SRV, loud, big sound. He always had this tone that just sounds like a lot of low end, a lot of like bass, but just, it sounds like the amps are just screaming loud. And I realized it's the sound of like a 15-inch speaker. But it's also the sound of something else. It's also the sound of the Vibroverb, I think. And like, I don't know, there's some of it sometimes in a steel string singer, but it's really that, I think it's a 15-inch speaker. I don't know. All I know is I plugged the Vibroverb into the cab, you know, I mean, in its own cab, and created these profiles. And listen, you guys, there's a time for humility. Okay, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? There's a time where it's like, HW, you know, hey, I'm doing my best and I'm really just trying to deliver the best tone. No. Sometimes you just gotta say it. Holy cow, this is the best Blackface sound I've ever gotten. For me, this is the best Blackface sound I've ever gotten. It's like heavy metal clean, man. It's like heavy metal blues. It's just so like big and heavy, and I gotta tell you, it just it just sounds so much like that amp in the room and like the amp, like that thing in person. I can't believe it. I'm often like going around the room going like, is that coming out of my 112 Kemper cab? And it is. Let me show you actually something I did completely different for these profiles, because I'm just blown away. I've really like felt like this Vibroverb, the 64 Vibroverb, was my favorite Blackface amp since I got it, but I hadn't profiled it yet. I've only had it a little bit, a couple months maybe, but really I've been getting it ready for this, for the 65 collection, you know, where I was just going to do like the sweet spots of the whole line of Fender amps. But the more I started playing it and I got in the booth, I went, I got to profile this amp for real. I got to give it the proper treatment. Now, I did some different things that really worked out well for this amp, preves and mics and placement and stuff and positioning. But all that to say, really was in my hunt for how am I going to make the 65 collection kind of, you know, this really special thing where it feels like you're playing, it feels like you have every 1965 Fender right in front of you in your Kemper. How do I make that unique and special and sound really good with unique sort of miking things? How do I make it different than the rest of the stuff Tone Jiggy's done? And in doing that, I came up with a couple different techniques that I used on this amp, and something about the 15-inch speaker just works so well. This is N, here's the normal one, and I went ahead and I gave you also something like a tube screamer. Well, not like a tube screamer. It's a 1981 tube screamer right in front of it, and right in front of that same sound. And it just has, it's just got this thing, you know. Not just like rocky stuff though. To me, like a really great Blackface, of course, has to have like that really sweet kind of, you know, kind of Mayer-y tone. It's got to have like something that's a little bit just like juicy, woody, big in the low end. Here's V2 a little, and to me, it's just like almost like perfect Blackface clean, but like, gosh, it really does sound just like a heavy amp, like it's like 10 tons of tone or something. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it just here. know, to me, that's just the right amount of like, you know. It's beautiful. It's crisp. It just, I tell you, there's like a level of just, I don't know, depth, clarity. Not even clarity. It's just so freaking thick. You know what I mean? A lot of you are not going to get this, but you know, you ever eat boudin from Louisiana? Like it's like imagine sausage, but inside they put like meat and rice and seasoning. And they use a lot of like dark meat, like a lot of innards, like liver. It's a very livery, like dark meat, organy flavor. But it's so deep and rich. It's such a deep, rich flavor, you know? There's not like sweetness. It's just such a depth. That's this sound. It sounds like boudin tastes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some cats from Louisiana being like, "Oh shoot, he's talking about boudin." Like, but really, it's this like this really rich depth of something. I just can't even. I can't even. I'm really excited for you guys to try these out. There'll be some free ones out this weekend. Definitely in the emails. If you're not signed up for the Tone Junkie emails, we're about to redo the whole free pack. We're going to put in a bunch of highlights. So go grab the free stuff that's in there now, because some of it's not going to last. Just because a lot of it's like from very old packs, and just there's a lot of things I want to highlight now, and I want to redo the structure and stuff. But man, I'm really excited for the 65 collection. I've already started shooting a bunch of those amps, and they're already coming out beautiful. I have some great mic techniques that I'm using, some different mic accompaniments. So these are new profiles you haven't heard before, but I had to give the 64 Vibroverb its day in the sun. It is so clearly like head and shoulders above a lot of the rest of the Blackface amps. That's just my opinion, so sue me. I've been HW. Thanks so much for watching Tone Junkie TV, my man. Here you go.